Okay, here's one that's kind of on the little bit deeper. Here you have the strong man in the cornfield. Now, we know that corn represents food, bread, survival. The strong man represents your birth certificate. It is a duplicate of you. And he has no brain. He's clumsy. If you don't understand about the straw man, you can look up your straw man on the internet, and it will go into more detail about you and the birth certificate. Now, here the straw man says that he can't make up his mind because he doesn't have one. And that is what the picture shows or movies anymore want you to believe, that you don't have a mind to think on your own. They want you to think you do, but you don't have a mind of your own. That they need to show it to you and direct you where you need to go. Okay, notice right here there's a stick. Now I'm going to put it to go and watch her reach for that stick and he fall down. See that? Alright, he's picking up the straw and putting it back into his chest. We, as people, every day have to keep picking up our life and putting it back, try to put it back together where we have been controlled and not being able to live in a free will like we need to and all. So that's what that straw is representing. That we, let's put this way, you have to make brick without straw. But this is saying that you got the straw, but now you got to figure out how to make the brick to keep going. It's like the opposite, but it is the same meaning. Now here we have the crow. The crow represents death. So he's going to take a piece of his body, his straw, and fly off. It is saying that, okay, think of the dove as the spirit of God. The crow is the spirit of Satan. He's going to take part of the straw man and leave, because he is already in the illuminated state. All they're doing is just showing you that they take your soul when you go into the illuminated state. Now think of it this way. One day you're going to want death, but you can't find death. And of course that's in the Bible. And he was talking about how he wanted to scare them away, but he could not. You cannot get death to come to you and be able to have death. Death will just flee away from you. Now he's going into the song about your brain. What is your brain? Your brain is your mechanical part that keeps everything going. Without your brain, your heart can't beat. Without your brain, you can't see or hear or feel or touch or anything without your brain. Your brain is very important to you. But in the illuminated state, you do not have a brain, because they take it away so they can have control over you. Okay, she just saying that you could be another Lincoln. If you would go and look and study your history about the truth about Lincoln, then that would tell you a whole lot more. Remember, Lincoln was sacrificed and shot. So go do some study on Lincoln, and you'll see more about what she's talking about in this one. It's not his mind. I have to go back and recant what I said. It is his mind. It's what he knew that got Lincoln shot. And it's not that, it wasn't anything about slavery. Okay? So I need to recant on that one so that I'm not being wrong and leading you. Okay, here, remember that Dorothy has on the red slippers, and she's stuffing him back with his stuffing here. So she is representing the Christ at this point to put your life back together. So in every movie, there is a symbology there if you just know where to look for it. She's talking about going back to Kansas, and she's going to go see the Oz to get back to Kansas. Let's look at Kansas. Kansas, in a girl's mind, is home, a safe haven, a heaven. So she wants to get back to heaven, her safe haven. Okay, they're talking about going and seeing Oz, the false god. And they're not, and he's saying he's not afraid of a witch. She's going to see the false god to try to get to heaven, which every Christian in this world today is in a false church, and they're trying to get to heaven by a false God, a false Jesus Christ, which will come into this world, and they will be deceived. And I hope you won't be. Okay, he's talking about facing a whole box of matches just to get a brain. Most people today don't realize that they are facing hell, which is the matches, fire, just to try to get illuminated, to be the enlightened one. They want all the knowledge without Christ in their life. Okay, here they are. They're going to see the wizard because he knows everything. He's all this that he thinks he is. But they are going back more into the barren land. And I don't know if you can tell it over here or not. But if you go and watch the movie, keep an eye out for this part over here. It looks like the Tower of Babel. Okay? And you can also get out of this the head right here and the body, the outstretched arms right here, and a little opening box right here and here. This could also look like the Moloch. Don't put your kids on the fire. Then we have over here like an angel with the wings right here. And I'm pretty sure that you all will go back and you all will look at some of these things that I'm pointing out in this movie. But they are going into the barren land now. Okay, here we have Dorothy looking up to the apple. And we know what the apple represents. Knowledge. The knowledge that will help the enlightened one. And if you look right here on the tree, you have the spiral. Now, if you look at things in nature, you will find all kinds of spirals, and they all go in the same direction. When you turn your water on in the sink, or if you flush the commode, you have a spiral that goes into down into the abyss, the bottom. So the spiral represents Christ, and this is the forbidden fruit, which we all know we've been raised to believe that this is it. And see the expression on Dorothy's face as she is looking at this enlightening apple to give her knowledge. Okay, here we are having the them throwing the apples at them. They are throwing the knowledge at the straw man and Dorothy so that they can pick up the knowledge and have it. So that it's like the internet. You can get the knowledge. If you are searching for knowledge, you can get the knowledge. And if you notice right here, we have two pillars right here. The pillars represents Boaz. It's an I forgot the other guy's name, but you can read it in the Bible. It's on the Temple of Solomon about the about this. It's in Freemason.